So today's topic is change of subject of the formula. Change of subject of the formula. There are some time we have an expression whereby every expression has a formula. Every expression has a formula, but you can change the subject of the formula. You can be asked, kindly change the subject of that formula to a different expression according to the question you are being given to. So now let's take an example of a question. Y is equals to SR. 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 Marker is done. SR. You can be asked, make R subject to the formula in this. So how can you make R subject to the formula? So basically, the one that has R should go to your left hand side. SR is equals to Y. SR is equals to Y. That's it. Therefore, R is equals to Y over what? X. You can see that R is standing on its own now. You have made R subject to the formula. If you have let's take an example. N is equals to M R squared. Make R subject to the formula here. If you are told to make R, what are you going to do? The stuff that have R should go to your right hand side, which is M R squared is equals to N is equals to what? N R squared is equals to N over what? M. So therefore, take square root of both sides. So you have to remove this square from here. Remove 2 from here. It will not be R square, bracket open, bracket close. Or let's use the other way around. Take square root of both sides. Take square root of both what? Sides. So it will not be R square is equal to NMR. So there's an invisible 2 here. 2 cancel 2. R is remaining. Is equals to N over M root. Now R is not the subject of this formula. R is not the subject of what? Of this formula. We'll look at some more examples. We'll look at more examples. We are seeing on change of subject to the formula. So let's take a look at an example. If you have y is equals to q n k, and you are told to make q subject to the formula. So firstly, the item at your right hand side that contain q should go to your left hand side. Q n k is equals to y. You are making q subject to the formula, so it will not be q is equal to y Divide by what? N what? Nk. You have made q subject to the formula. You have made q subject to what? Of the formula. Let's take an example. S2 plus t over u is equals to what? Is equals to r. Make s subject to the formula. Let's make x subject to the formula in this context. Make x. So what are we going to do? Firstly, let's say s2 plus t over u is equals to what? R. Cross multiply. Cross multiply. So 1 times s squared plus t, the same as s squared times what? Plus t. It will now be s squared plus t is equals to what? UR. So s squared is equals to UR minus t. UR minus t. Then you have s squared is equals to UR minus t. So we need to remove 2 that is on top of this x. How do we remove it? Take square root of both sides. Take square root of both sides. Take square root of both sides. It will now be s square is equals to u r minus t square root. 2 cancel 2. You have ordinary s is equals to you have ordinary s, which is equal to ur minus t. This is your answer. That is the answer. So you can see s is standing on its own. So you will be able to make s subject to the formula. You will be able to make s subject to what? Of the formula. So if we have p, we have p 1 over what? 9 over 9 is equals to what? R is equals to R. So now let's make p subject to the formula here. How can we make p subject to the formula? How can we make p subject to the formula? So if we have something like this, let's say solution. So solution, let's make p subject to the formula. P minus 1 over 9 root is equals to R. So firstly, what we need to do, let's square both sides. Square both sides of the what? Of the equation. Square both sides of the equation. So we have p minus 1 over 9 root raised by 2. I've squared it, then r 2. So what happened is 2 cancel 2. We have p minus 1 over 9 is equals to what? R square over 1. Next thing we need to do is to cross multiply. We need to cross multiply this, at this point. cross multiply, we have p minus 1 is equals to 9r square. 9r square. So we have p is equals to 9r square plus 1. This is our answer. This is our answer. That's our answer. So let's look at 3m. Let's look at 3m. 3m plus 10 over 2 is equals to 2n plus 1. 2n plus what? 1. This is the equation. Let's make m subject of the formula. Let's make m. So it will not be 3m plus 10 over 2. Two n plus 1. Then let's make n subject of the formula. So the first thing we are going to do, let's cross multiply to make our equation to be linear. Let's cross multiply. Cross multiply. Let's cross multiply. So 1 times 3m plus 10 is equals to 2, bracket open, 2n plus 1. So open the bracket. You will have 3m plus 10 is equals to what? 2 times 2n, 4n plus 2. Don't forget we are making n subject to the formula. So we have 3m is equal to 4n plus 2 minus 10. Because this plus move across the equation became minus. So therefore, m is equal to 4n plus 2 minus 10 over what? 3. We have made m the subject of this equation right now. We have made m the subject of this equation. We have made m subject to that what? Or that equation. Let's look at 5g minus h. 5g minus h. 5g minus h is equal to 3j minus 6g is equal to 3j minus 6 what? G. Let's make h subject of our equation. You are told make h subject to the formula. How can you make h? First, you have a solution. Bring that equation. Bring it down. 5g minus h is equal to 3j minus 6j. Now, what are we making? We are making h, right? Good. So we have minus h is equal to 3j minus 6g. We have invisible plus here. Moving across the equation because it becomes minus 5 what? G. Multiply both sides by minus. Multiply both sides by minus. So we have h is equal to 3, h is equal to minus minus 3j plus 6j plus 5j. Now, minus times minus is plus. Minus times minus is plus. Minus times minus is plus. So, for you to be able to get this place correctly, let's look at this together. Minus times minus is equal to what? Plus. Plus times minus is equal to minus. Minus times plus is equal to what? Minus. Let's get this very clear. Plus times plus is equal to what? Plus. So you should be able to get this very clear. This is the basis at which you should be able to get this point correctly. So let's look at this. Q is equals to y r r2 is equals to plus v. Make y subject to the formula. So firstly, take anything that have y that is on the other side, bring it to your left hand side of the equation. So we have y r square plus v is equals to q. Now, what next? We are making y is equals to q. Y is equal to q minus v. Y arrow is equals to q minus v. Therefore, y is equals to what? Y is equals to q minus v all over what? Arrow what? Square. That is how to make any alphabet subject of the formula in a given equation. In a given what? Equation. In a given equation. If you have e minus 13 is equals to f, and you are told to make e subject of the formula. How can you make e subject of this equation? If you are told make e subject of the equation? Now, you now say solution. Solution. Bring your equation. 13 is equals to f. Now, what next again? What next? Square both sides. Square both sides of the equation. Square both sides of the equation. So you will now have 13 square raised by 2 is equals to f raised by 2. 2 cancel 2. We have e minus 13 is equals to f what? Square. F what? Square. We are making e subject to the formula. So we will now proceed and say e is equals to f square plus what? 13. This is the equation. You will be able to make e subject of the formula in this equation. You will be able to make e subject of the formula in this what? Equation. If you have something like this, if you have q n arrow is equals to mv. Make n subject to the formula. Solution. They will now say bring your stuff down. Your equation. Q n arrow is equals to mv. Now, what next? We are making n subject to the formula, and our n is already at our left hand side. So let's proceed. N is equals to mv over what? Q arrow. That is the answer. That is your answer. P minus 1. If I have P minus 1 over what? Arrow over R is equals to K. Now you are told to make what? Make R subject to the formula. Solution. Make R subject to the formula. So bring P1 over R is equals to K. What do you need to do next? Square both sides. Take square root of both sides of the equation. So it will now be P minus 1 over R raised power 2 is equals to K raised power 2. 2 cancel 2. It will now be P minus 1 over R is equals to K. Is equals to K. We are making R subject to the formula. So it will now be, therefore, we will now say cross multiply. Cross multiply. So we have 1 times P minus 1. Same. P minus 1 is equals to RK. And we are making R right. So bring arrow to our left hand side. RK is equals to P minus 1. R is equals to P minus 1 over what? P minus 1 plus 1. So this is how we make subject of a particular alphabet subject of the formula in a given equation. That is how we make a particular alphabet subject of the formula in a given equation. Five W raised to power 2. 5W 5. Let's change the marker. 5W squared. 5W squared. 5W squared minus 8 is equals to Z. Is equal to Z. Make W subject to the equation. Make W subject to the equation. Solution is now be 5W squared minus 8 is equals to Z. So square both sides. So we have to square both sides. So we will not take square root of both sides. So it will not be 5w square minus 8. So square both sides is equal to z square both sides. 2 cancel 2, we have 5w square minus 8 is equals to z square. What are we making? We are making w. We are making w, so the formula good. So it will now be 5w square is equals to z square minus what? 8 is plus, because 8 moving across the side of the equal to become plus. 5w square is equals to, now when you get to this stage, you are making w. So you now be, therefore w square is equal to z square plus 8 minus what? 5. Minus 5. Then what are we going to do here? Take square root of both sides. Take square root of both sides. W square is equals to z square plus 8 minus 5. So 2 cancel 2, we have w square is equals to z is equal plus 8 minus 5. So this 2 is out, since 2 has cancelled 2. Now w is not the subject of the equation. W is not the subject of what? Of the equation. W is not the subject of what? Of the equation. So that is how we make a particular alphabet subject in a given equation. You can make a particular alphabet is subject in a given what? Equation. Make a particular alphabet subject in a given what? Equation. Let's take an example. Let's look at Q is equals to P3 and make P subject to the formula. Solution. So we have solution. Bring down your equation again. Bring it down. Bring down your equation. So we have Q n is equal to P raised to power 3 n. So P raised to power 3 n is equal to what? Q m. So now make P solve the equation. It will now be, take square root of both sides. You will not take square root of both sides at this time. What you need to do, separate P, let P stand alone in this equation. That is the first step we need to take. So it will now be P raised to power 3 is equals to Q over what? N over N. Take cube root of both sides. Take cube root of what? Of both sides. Take cube root of both sides of the what? Of the equation. So let's go. P raised to power 3 here is equals to Q n over what? N cube root. There's 3 here. 3 cancel 3. We have ordinary P is equals to 3 cube root over qn over n. Now, p is now the subject of this equation. P is now what? The subject of this equation. P is the subject of this equation. So this is how we make a particular alphabet subject in a given equation. And we need to know our rules. Minus times minus is plus. Minus times minus is plus. Plus times plus is plus. Plus times minus is minus. Minus times plus is minus. When you get that rule complete, then you need to know any alphabet with a particular value, if it's positive or negative, move across the sign of the equation. What happened? The sign changes to the other alphabet. Like if n move across the sign of the equation to the other end, it changes to minus n. Get that very clear too. With that, we'll be able to make any alphabet subject in a given word, in a given equation. You'll be able to make any alphabet subject in a given equation. So before we proceed, I I would like to give a question. Let's solve it. Let me see your answer in the comment section, okay? I want to see our respective answer in the comment section before I continue with this topic. I want to know if you understand this topic very well before we proceed to the next level. Now make P subject of this equation. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the answer. Please drop your answer in the comment section. Then I will solve it. Let's see who will get the answer correctly. So a few minutes from now, let's do it together. Let's do it. I'm waiting, okay? Okay, let's solve it together. Let's solve this together. We are taught to make solution. Okay, let's write solution. We are be taught to make P subject of the equation. So it will be y over 1 is equals to what? N squared plus 1 over what? P minus 2. Now, first we are going to do, let's cross multiply so that our equation will be linear. Straight cross. Let's cross multiply. Y times P minus 2. Y P minus 2 is equals to 1 times N squared plus 1. N squared plus 1. Then let's open what? Open bracket. Let's open bracket. So we have yp minus 2y is equals to 1 times everything here is the same. Square plus 1. So we are making what? P subject of the formula. Now there's P here. So look at 2y, there's no P. Look at n squared plus 1, there's no P. So now let's proceed. So we have yp is equal to n squared plus 1 minus 2 what? Y minus 2y. What next? We are making P. P is equal to n squared plus 1 minus 2y over what? Y. P is not the subject of the equation. P is not the subject of what? Of the equation. P is not the subject of what? Of the equation. Let's look at another example. If we have R, if we have R is equal to 80, if we have R, if we have R is equal to AZ plus 3Z plus 3Z over 2. We are told to make what? Make Z subject of the formula. We are told to make what? Z subject of this equation. So what are we going to do? Firstly, solution. R over 1 is equal to AZ over 1 plus 3Z over 2. LCM is equal to 2. LCM. So 2. 2 divided by 1 is going to give you 2. 2 times R, 2R is equals to 2 divided by 1 is going to give you 2. 2 times 2AZ is 2 what? AZ plus, bring your sign. 2 divided to 1. 1 times 3Z is 3 what? Z. You are done with this. Bring it down. So you have a linear equation now. 2R is equals to 2AZ plus 3Z. So now, what next? We are making what? Z subject of the equation. So you can see there's Z here, 2AZ, there's Z here, 3Z, there's Z here. Anyone that has Z should go to your left hand side. So let's bring it, which is 2AZ plus 3Z is equals to what? 2R is equals to 2R. So it will now be, now let's remove Z from the equation. Z 2A plus 3 is equals to 2 what? R. Z is equals to 2R over what? 2A plus what? 3. Z is not the subject of this equation. Z is not the subject of what? Of this equation. Z is not the subject of this equation. So before we proceed further, we'd like to give more example. Before we give more example, I want to bring one for us to solve together. Please drop your answer in the comment section. Let me see. Make M subject to the formula. We are told to make M subject of this equation. How can we make M subject to this equation? Firstly, solution. Q over M plus V over U is equals to R over 1. What's the LCM? LCM is equals to MU. MU. MU divided by M is going to give you U. U times Q, QU. Bring out your sign. MU divided by U is going to give you what? M times V. MV is going to give you what? MV is equals to MU divided by 1 is going to give you what? MU. MU times M arrow is equals to M arrow U. M arrow what? U. You are done with your what? You are done with your LCM. Now you have a linear equation. Q U plus M V is equals to M arrow U. We are making M, but we can see M here, we can see M here. So firstly, move this M to the other end of the equation so that those items that has N, alphabet with N, should be at the same side of the equation. So Q U is equal to M arrow U minus M V. Then reverse the equation so that those that have M will go to your left hand side. M arrow U minus MV is equal to what? Q arrow is equal to QV. So common factor M, you are making M, right? M arrow U minus MV is equal to what? QU. M is equal to what? QV over what? Arrow U minus V. M is now the subject of this equation. M is now the subject of what? Of that equation. So that is how to make M subject of this equation. Pretty very simple and straightforward. Let's look at this together. Arrow is equal to Q M over T plus Y. Make T subject of the equation. Solution. Solution should now be, bring down your equation. Arrow over 1 is equal to Q plus M over T plus Y. What do you need to do? You have to remove the square root. Remove square root. And how do you remove square root? Is by what? Squaring both sides. Square both sides. So r over 1 square is equals to q plus m over t minus y. 2. 2 cancel 2. So we have r square over 1 is equals to q plus m over t minus y. Over t minus y. So we have r square over 1 is equals to q plus m over t minus y. So the next thing we are going to do, we have to cross multiply. Cross multiply, it will now be r square t minus y is equals to 1 q plus m, open bracket, open bracket, it will now be r square t minus y r square is equals to q plus m. Now we are told to make t. We have t here. There is no t in any other place. So now r square t is equals to q plus m. This minus, take it to the other end of the equation, become plus y r square. Y r square. It will not be r t is equal to q plus m plus y r square over what? R square. That's how to make this subject of the formula. If we have something like this, qt minus b all over r is equals to n, make q subject to the formula. Make q subject to the formula, subject to the equation. First thing, solution. Solution. Now, first thing, bring out your equation. Qt minus b over r is equals to what? N. Now, we are making what? Q, but q is under what? Square root. So firstly, let's remove square root. How do you remove square root? Square both sides. Square both sides of the equation. So we have qt minus b over r is equals to, now take square root, square over 2 is equals to n over 1, 2 over 2. 2 cancel 2. We have q T B over R is equals to n square over 1. Is equals to n square over 1. N square over 1. What next? Cross multiply. Cross multiply. 1 times q t minus b is equals to r times n square. So 1 times this will give same. So we have qt minus b is equals to r n square. R what? N square. R n square. So bring it up. Bring it up. We have qt minus b is equal to r n square. Okay. So now we are making n subject of the formula. The one that has n is what is at the right hand side. Let's reverse the equation. Rn square is equals to q t minus b. Now we are making what? N subject of the formula. N square is equals to q t minus b over what? R. Now r over r. We are making q subject to the equation. We are making q. Let's make q. We have q here, so let's bring everything that have q to our left hand side. Q t minus b r n 2 r n 2. So q t is equals to r n 2 plus b, because this will move to the right end of the equation, become what? The sign changes. The sign changes to what? To plus. Therefore, q is equals to what? Rn2 plus b all over what? T. You will make q subject to the formula. We have made q what? Subject of what? Of the equation. We have made q subject of what? Of that equation. Let's take another example. We are still on how to make a particular alphabet subject in an equation. When that is achieved, the alphabet stands alone in that equation. The alphabet stands alone in the equation. For example, if we have a change marker, if we have something like m over t minus q over v is equals to u over z. You are told, make, the question says you are told make m subject of this equation, m is not the subject because m is not standing alone. If m is equal to a group of number together, that is when you say m is already standing alone. But right now m is not standing alone. That is what we want to achieve. That is what we will so achieve. Now, it depends on your equation like this. First, we are going to take LCM. Your LCM is TVZ. That is your LCM. Your LCM is what? TVZ. That is your LCM. So, let's go. TVZ. TVZ divided by T, it will give you VZ. MVZ. What is your sign here? Minus. V divided by TVZ is going to give you TV. TZQ is equal to Z divided by TVZ divided by Z is going to give you TV. TV times U is going to give you TVU. You are done with your LCM. You can proceed. You are done with your LCM. You can proceed. So you have MVZ minus TZQ is equal to TVU. So, what can we say? Don't forget we are making M. There's M here. So M, we are so happy because M is just in one part of the equation. There are sometimes M can be in like two places, even in 3 places. Then it will take us more time to solve such type of equation. Now we have only one M here. So let's move this TZQ to the other end of the equation so that M will stand alone, even though M is still with VZ. MVZ is equal to TVU plus this moving across side of the equation become what? Plus, because it's already minus here. TZQ. Okay. Now, what next? What next? We are making M subject of the formula. We are making M, it will not be M is equals to TVU plus TZQ over what? VZ. You will make M subject of what? Of this equation. This is how to make a subject. This is how to make M subject of this equation. This is how to make M what? Subject of what? Of this equation. You are told to make what? R subject of this equation. You are told to make what? R subject of what? Of this equation. Make R subject of the equation. Firstly, take your LCM. Your LCM is equal to TM. Your LCM is 2TM. This is your LCM. So 2TM. Now, This m divided by this, it will give you 2t. 2t multiplied by arrow. You know, the arrow square what? Arrow square 2t, 2t. But you have to represent it in such a way that 2 is at this other end. Is equal to t divided by 2tm is going to give you 2m. 2m times q, 2mq, 2mq. Bring your sign. Bring your sign. Okay. Your sign is m divided by 2tm divided by m is going to give you 2t. Then 2t times u, 2tu. Bring your sign plus 2tm divided by 2 is going to give you tm. Tm times q, tmq. You are done with your LCM. Bring down your linear equation. So you have 2 arrow square t is equals to 2mq minus 2tu plus tmq. 2mq. Okay. Now we are making r solvent of this equation. Luckily for us, r is already standing with 2 and t. So we'll go from there. Now say therefore r square is equal to what? 2mq minus 2tu plus tmq over what? 2t. Then what next? Take square root of both sides. Take square root of what? Of both sides. Take square root of both sides. That will be arrow square root is equals to 2mq minus 2tu plus tmq over what? 2t square root. 2 cancel 2, arrow is equals to 2mq minus 2tu plus tmq over what? 2t in square root. So this is how to make an alphabet subject in an equation. In our next class, we are going to look at indices, complex indices. There are some indices that lead to quadratic equation. We have linear indices. We are going to look at complex indices in our next class. Thank you for today's class. Here in green class, in greenhouse, we learn chemistry, physics, mathematics, we learn the sciences, and we solve important questions that make us to have success in our respective exams. Thank you for watching. Bye.